Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. So this is going to be my second St. Patrick's Day card that I've made. I don't usually make very many of these. However, High Supply, which supplied me with the really cute little gems that I used on this card that just flashed across the screen there. They are doing a contest that ends on March 8th, 2023, so I figured why not? And I already had this cat stamped and colored from a previous project. That cat is from Meowgical Catacorns from Your Next Stamp. And I believe I will show you the package later because I am going to use a different stamp from that as well that I did not already have stamped out. So what you're seeing here is I want to make a green leprechaun hat for this kitty cat. But I want the cat's ears to show through. And I also want the cat's unicorn horn to show through. So this is a lot of trial and error because I didn't really know, since the cat's head is not flat and the ears aren't coming straight out the top of his head, they're kind of like on the side of his head. I wasn't really sure how to make this hat work with showing the ears and also showing the unicorn horn. So what I decided to do the first time around was I just cut like little triangles out of the hat for the ears, and that didn't work out well. It didn't look right, even though I thought it would look okay, but it did not. So here we're going to start over again and make a new one because that one did not work. So I'm going to draw where the ears go on the hat from the back, and then I'm going to cut little slits where the cat's ears can slide through. And I'm also going to kind of like cut the sides of the unicorn horn out. And that is a self-healing mat that I'm cutting on. I'm not cutting on like my regular work surface there with my Tim Holtz retractable craft knife there. I will say having a retractable craft knife is very important because I am very clumsy and I have little kids, so having a non-retractable knife would not work very well. So here we go. This hat is working out a little bit better, and I got it so that the horn will fit through there. But it's still taking a little bit of tweaking, so we're going to just tweak it a little bit. I had to cut down a little bit past the horn, so it would be like a little triangle pointing out of there kind of, and so I could slide the hat down a little far enough. This really did take a long time because honestly, when I started this, I had 40 plus minutes of footage going on here. So once I finally got, oh, this is still the first hat, isn't it? Oopsie. Yeah, this is still the first hat. I thought this was the second one we were already on. The second hat went a lot faster than the first one just because I kind of knew then what wouldn't work. But I'm going to punch out a square. And I'm going to round the corners for the top of the hat. I don't know why I thought a green top hat needed rounded corners, but I did. So that's what we're doing. We're rounding the corners. And then I realized that was too small of a square. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it was late at night when I was working on this because I always have to work on my videos and stuff after my kids go to bed. And my daughter is like team anti-sleep. She's almost 4, but she likes to stay up all night. I don't know what her deal is. Can't get that kid to go to sleep. So we're going to work on the second hat. And of course, me being me, didn't throw away the first hat. There it is sitting there taunting me, being like, you didn't do this right. So we're going to cut slits for the cat's ears to go through so that we can kind of just poke the ears through. And I decided to leave my snafu of the first hat in there so you would, if you ever decided to do this, you would know what didn't work. And maybe that's common sense. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe I should have just known that design would not have functioned properly. But I did not, so live and learn. All right, so when I do this, all right, so I'm going to finish assembling this hat here. And yes, I did leave in my bloopers of, creating the hat the wrong way and then the extremely long, but I did try to speed it up process of building this hat. I did leave, it took a long time. The hat was very time consuming. I don't even know why. So here I'm going to finish by putting a little strip of green for the bottom of the hat, like the little band, the brim part. And unfortunately, the finishing of the hat with a little black strip and a little gold and the little gold square like we all know that a leprechaun has, that didn't make it onto the video for some reason. But I was very careful to glue the brim of the hat on properly. All right, so next we are going to use the rainbow and with the clouds from the Your Next Stamp Meowgical Catacorns stamp set. And I'm actually going to stamp the whole thing, and that's going to be a major part of the card too. And then we're going to stamp a cauldron, and the cauldron is from Basic Witch from Ink Road Stamps, and I think it's actually supposed to be like, you know, a magic, a witch's ball thing, whatever those things are called. I don't know. But I turned it upside down and turned it into a cauldron. And if you can see when I stamp it out, there's a star that goes over the edge of the cauldron thing. It's going to now be a cauldron because that's what it is. So I took a black pen after I was done coloring it with my Olo markers. I just colored a light gray. And if I had a darker gray, I would have gone a little grayer. But I have a very limited selection right now of Olo markers. It's on my wish list to increase my collection, so that'll happen eventually. But we're just going to color that in, and then I'm going to take a little black pen and do the edge there where that star was after I cut it off. And this is a trick that I learned recently, was after you're done coloring an image in, stamp it again with black ink so that your lines are super crisp, and I love that trick. So here we go. I'm going to color in the rest of that little line there, so it's just not looking like a star that went over the edge. It looks like the edge. And I'm going to make another cloud. I'm not even worried about how the rest of the rainbow looks because I only want an extra cloud. And then we're going to apparently this. All right, so now we're done stamping, and I'm going to take my Olo markers. I have a good variety of rainbow colors. Actually, who am I kidding? It's a very pitiful rainbow array. But it is what I have, and I think I have one Copic marker in there because I don't have any oranges in the Olos yet. Like I said earlier, I plan on growing my collection of Olo markers, but, you know, it has yet to happen. So it is what it is. All right, well, what I'm going to do is color this in, starting in rainbow order, and it seems like it's taking me a really long time. This rainbow is teeny tiny, and like I said before, this is from Your Next Stamp, this rainbow. It's from the Meowgical Catacorns stamp set. And I will try to leave a list of the colors that I used down below. However, I might not remember which colors I used because I did already clean up my stuff, which that in and of itself is a miracle for me because I never clean my place up, my crafting space up. But here we go. Coloring the rainbow. I will say I did use the double stamping trick on this one too. After I'm done, you'll see me stamp over it once I've finished. I will leave information in the box below for the High Supply giveaway. I know there's not much time left to enter in the giveaway because it does end on March 8th, 2023. But I'm excited to be able to make a second card for this giveaway. And here we go. I stamped it again in black, just to make it more, I don't know, striking, I guess. And then there is my rainbow all colored up and stuff. And now I'm going to take my Tim Holtz retractable craft knife, and I'm going to cut out the center part of the rainbow. And I already cut off the other cloud. And now for the background of the card, we're going to use My Favorite Things, the Sunny Rays stencil. And we're going to use Squeezed Lemonade, Distress Oxide and Squeezed Lemonade. And we're going to tape the stencil onto the card panel. And this is not, like, literally no rocket science. The science is done here because there's no ink blending. It's just getting the ink on the cardstock. And so I'm not going to show the whole process. I sped it up and I cut out, the boring parts because let's be honest, this is the part we care about. Ta-da, the reveal. And I think it turned out amazing. Super thrilled with it. I haven't actually used this stencil before, I don't think. But now we're going to assemble the entire card panel. And this part, I wasn't really sure how I wanted to assemble it all. I thought that I wanted to have the cat up higher, but then I decided the cat should be under the rainbow and I would put the cauldron whatever thing, I don't know. And then these gems are from High Supply. And honestly, I can't remember what color they are. They look gold to me. And then I had some random gold sequins. High Supply actually has some really beautiful gold sequins that I wish I would have had for this, because they were much brighter gold than these. But we're just gonna put some glue down after we get this all arranged, and we're going to glue all of the little bits and all the little gems down onto this. And we all know that St. Patrick's Day is like, the whole leprechaun thing is made up and stuff. So, why can't the gold be coming out of the rainbow? Because that was the idea behind it. And so the cat is the leprechaun, obviously. And we are attaching, the cat's standing on the cloud. I had to ground the cat. I figured that the cauldron thing didn't need a grounding. But let me know down in the comments what you think. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.